So I realized I didn't really give you like a full rundown on this thing. Pretty much, I've had it for probably close to forever. You know, it's an awesome rig, and I've driven it since high school. So the people that know me, you know, they've seen it forever. And when I started, it was like, you know, young kid, lift kit, big, huge mud tires, and all that stuff. But it just evolved over time. So now the mission is just so different from what it used to be. Trying to attempt to go fast, you know, in a big white brick. So we're gonna see what we can do with this thing. It's got a set of TSP, Texas Speed Performance headers, 1 3/4 into 3-inch. I use stage 8 fasteners. I really like those. They are pretty much impossible to have, you know, back out. It works really well. There are a couple bolts that you can't put one of those on. It does no good, but I haven't seen any loosening in those either. So, you know, at least you know you got insurance on a few of them. It's got a flow cooler water pump, which is supposed to be a little bit of an upgrade, but I doubt it. You know, it's still pushing water around, so it's gonna rob some power. And then electric fans. It comes with a clutch fan. I did make that shroud. It's pretty cool. Sealed up pretty decent. It's got that VPI cold air intake. It was like a $200 eBay special type thing. Had a green filter, a Granatelli mass airflow sensor because the other one went out. But now the 2-step, it's real cool. That thing is cheap too. I think it's cheap for what the amount of fun. If you put a stall converter in your vehicle, it don't matter what it is. If it's LS, that thing should work. And man, it's so much fun. This thing's got a 3600 stall, and it's a lockup converter, so it is a billet 9.5 inch from FTI, and it works really good. QA1 shocks, I'm impressed with. Double adjustable. They've been good. The Mickey Thompsons, they've been on for, man, since 08, I'd say. Those Mickey Thompsons been on there. They've done some riding. They've done some riding. Over 100,000 miles on those wheels. It's crazy. When I started driving the truck, I think it had 45,000 miles on it, something like that. And you know, I've put 105 on it. So yeah, it got used. But luckily the body stayed clean over that time. Didn't, you know, knock on wood. So yeah, that, and then everything's pretty much missing, like the AC, all the bracketry, everything that you usually see on these things. And I tell you what, it don't add up like I hoped it did. I took it all off, and I mean, it started off at $62.50 with the huge lift kit, toolbox full of crap, stereo equipment out the wazoo, full interior, neon lights flashing in the floorboard because I was 16, thought I was cool. So, you know, that's just the way it was. And then the rear end is pretty cool. It's got 488 gears in it. It's been in there forever too. I put that thing in, not with the QA1s. It has like a Pro Comp lift kit. And shoot, it's been on there almost since I was 17, and I'm 29. So you do the math. Yeah, been a long time. The exhaust system, it's pretty tricky. It's a single tip that has 2 Ys between the straight section. So I've got an electric cutout here, and this 4-inch straight, and then it wires off to a 3-inch section with a Walker Quiet Flow SS muffler. So it's pretty, it honestly is pretty quiet. I mean, it's cruising with the windows down, it's quiet. But it goes into from the headers goes to a 3-inch Y, and I made a merge. This I'm pretty proud of. 2 3s into a single 4. So it's got a lot more flow than a 5.3 really even. You know, I'm probably losing some bottom end from just oversized exhaust. You know, too much flow. But the straight section, when the cutout is closed, acts like a Helmholtz resonator, which is familiar to like the G-body crowd, the V6 Buicks. A lot of times you see Helmholtz resonators on the exhaust system to make it sound like a particular vehicle. From that Y in front of the muffler all the way to the cutout, when it's blocked off, the exhaust pulses in that open end of that pipe, and it changes the frequency at the tailpipe, so you don't get that snap, crackle, pop, you know, crap that you hear every time you go past a mall or a, you know, something like that. You ditch that, but you keep all the decibels. You keep all the decibels, but it's yeah, it barely would make any difference in decibels. But yeah, the interior is stripped. It's good, you know. This is, you know, what little bit's in here. Nitrous arming, nitrous purge, nitrous heater, tail lights. You know, I ditched the BCM and it got real complicated with the wiring, and I just did that way because it was just easy. Added almost no weight, not even a few ounces. So that is the factory like steering column bracket. It's been cut up pretty good. The fuse box, everything is tucked up behind this. I don't even want to show it because it's a disaster, but it's a organized disaster. So yeah, the nitrous line comes in right there. It's not glorious, but it suffices. And yeah, no headliner. The door panels are PVC like sign material, PVC sheet, and I sprayed on some like Krylon bed liner on it real thin. So it's actually not that bad, but it's extremely light. I don't recommend it far as like if you're scared. You know, if you're scared, don't get a door. I don't blame you if you don't, but I did. So it just is what it is. And then the cowl is pretty cool. I ditched the windshield wipers, and it's the same material, that plastic. I plan to use that same stuff, but this has got a satin duplicate spray paint on it. It looked really good. Looks glossy, but can says satin or matte. It might have been matte. I don't even know. I'm gonna do the same type thing with the tailgate. With the rear weight the way it is though, I may end up putting a piece of extremely heavy stainless sheet that I have laying around in this tailgate. I might like try to slide it through and bolt it in, because this I'm telling you, man, this thing is light in the rear, to say the least. I mean, it's like 41% of its weight sitting in the rear. It's sad, but we're gonna try to fix that. We're gonna do what we can. Let me just check, make sure. Yeah, 41.7 is the, yeah. So, and I really appreciate my dude for letting me use these scales. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. The seat's about 100 pounds a piece, no joke. When they come out, it'll probably lose 200 pounds. So, or not 200, but you know, the difference. A good racing seat, 20 pounds after you got it on a bracket and stuff. So, yeah, 160 pound reduction with the two. And the last time I weighed it, to my defense, I didn't have a passenger seat in it, so it was 100 pounds down compared to that in my memory. So it should have been 38 something, 39 something. It was no passenger seat, no gas in it last time I weighed it. So yeah, to my defense, still can't believe I missed it by that much though. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna call it a night. I was just trying to give you a little more specific, you know, check out of this old rig I've been working on forever and ain't got nothing done. But yeah, y'all have a nice night. Okay, so I figured it out. The reason that I missed the weight guess by so much, at the time that I last weighed it, I was living in a different place, and I frequented the scrap metal yard, and that's how I just kept up with my total weight. At that time, I didn't have a passenger seat. At that time, I had no exhaust system beyond the Y pipe, and that's a ton. Because I mean, I've got basically what would be like 2 singles in the system, a really big muffler and a straight through 4-inch. So just those 2 things, and the bed cover wasn't on it at that time. So you take that, and I had a mechanical fan, which I'm pretty sure is lighter than the electric fan system, but it was worth it. So yeah, at that time I had a lot less components that were like really chunky. So with the weight that I've brought down since then, that's what I was estimating from, was the weight without the seat, without the, you know, I forgot that I put a seat back and an exhaust system all the way from the header to the tip, you know, under the tail light. So yeah, that definitely adds up quickly. So just wanted to remind myself why it's so heavy, because that 4,000 is really killing me. The stuff in the back here, I've got my nitrous bottle, I got a center block, hoping to simulate the like a battery. Got some fuel, got some water, you know, a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this is simulating that, and I've got my weight percentage up to 46.3 in the rear. So that's up from 41.3, I believe, up 5%. Then when I cut all the weight off the front, that's what I'm hoping, you know, brings me closer to 50. So let's see.